Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Oh man, so much to say in my head right quick. As I turn this on, I'm like, because I'll be feeling like uploading, and I do not know why I even posted a video making a public declaration to Yahuah, like, I'm gonna do it when you tell me to, and I still don't. Like, I don't know. I'm just always second guessing myself. Like, what am I doing? I'm no teacher. I'm no none of that. But I'm a servant. I'm a servant of Yahuwah. And I just had to stop. I'm like in the middle of reading and just studying. And I literally was just overwhelming. You see the cameras on. I had to stop. Like, all right, let me just at least just record this or something. And I will then definitely have to upload it at some point. Okay, so with that being said, so I'm up. It's the Sabbath today, right? Or Saturday, when I'm honoring as the Sabbath whenever I can. What today is October 15, 2022. So that's what today's date is. So I'm doing some reading, I'm doing some studying, um, as per usual. And just now I'm like in the third time of restudying this video, rewatching this video of the title is what happened to the Hebrews after Messiah. And I think anybody, especially like coming in to the understanding of Yah, like, I don't know, that was just really what I want to call it. It's just really interesting to me because I'm like the word of Yah is real. Like the scripture is real. The stories are real. So if you believe the Bible, you believe the scriptures, it's real. But I always wondered, like, where are the believers from then? Like, where are the descendants of Abraham and them? You know what I mean? Because Yahuwah had a chosen set of people. And, like I said, like, all right, even the followers of Yahusha Ha'Mashiach, in English, I formally call him Jesus the Christ, but you guys know I use the Hebrew words now. So Yahusha Hamashiach. I always say, like, where is Paul and them's people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as now we all know the church is not it. Okay, like, we should know because we see that our leaders, like, something, like something is happening. It's being called an awakening, but something is happening where you see that, like church folk saying who they say they are. They do one thing, do another. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. But I always wonder, like, but where are the true believers, right? Because if no true believers is around, if no descendants is around, then it really will make the story seem like, is it true or is it not true? I've had friends who are atheists, right? Good friends too. You know what I'm saying? Of mine or whatever. And some of the most genuine person, not even nice, because nice sometimes people think that's idiotic, you know what I mean, or gullible. But I'm talking about intelligent people, educated people, but have a good heart, a heart to like help, like for real, because I always look at somebody's heart or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah, with that, so I always like, like weird, like I always, when me and them would talk, and they're like, oh, they just don't believe it because of like I said, you see one people saying something and then they're doing another, and that might throw somebody off. Anyways, back to what I just was watching. So I'm watching the video, and again, it's called like what happened to the Hebrews, and the guy, it's from a channel called Truth Unedited. He did an excellent breakdown of it right quick, right? There's so many videos that I watch, so many leaders that I respect, but again, this one right quick just provoked that thought, this particular thought, as I'm watching this video. So a thought just came to me, like I said, and I would encourage you to go watch it. Truth Unedited, he uploaded last night, Friday, October, today's what, the 15th, so October 14th. And okay, so my connection with it, right? So a thought came to me in the book of Yasher. I read a story where it was talking about Noah, right? Noah and the flood. And when Noah and the flood was happening, because in the book of Yasher, it gives you more details than just the regular um book of Genesis, right? So, according to the book of Yasher, before the storm happening, Noah was warning the people because Yahuah showed him the vision like he's going to send a storm. He's going to send a storm because mankind was evil. They was practicing. I mean, back then it was like the fallen angel because don't forget, Hasatan, the fallen ones are real. Like, don't forget that Yahuwah has an enemy. I think that's what we always like just forget that. We see him like, we just don't forget that. Like I said, Yahuwah has an enemy, okay? Not to be forgotten. Like I said, please always keep that at the forefront. Yahuwah was the first one betrayed, okay? The creator of all creations, he created Hasatan, gave him a lot of powers, gave him a lot of things. You understand, he was one of his sons, beautiful, powerful, all of that, and he betrayed him. Okay, he betrayed him. Thank you, Yahuwah. Thank you, Yahuwah. Whew, I don't want to get off in the like in the spirit and just rejoicing, but thank you, Yahuwah. He can't kill ya. Okay, he can't kill ya, and Yahuwah wins. Yahuwah wins. Oh my goodness, the victory. Yahuwah wins. Okay, but guys, Hasatan is real. He's not dead yet, and Hasatan's mission is well, his desire. It ain't even a mission. It's just his desire because no one sent him on it. But his desire is to take all of us down with him because Hasatan, he's going down. Okay, so in the book of Yasher, in the story of Noah, when it was telling about the flood, it's telling you that back then people were into that the fallen angels, some of the fallen angels, some of the followers of Hasatan, the angelic beings, when they rebelled, they was even mating with women. We're talking demonic mutation, possession, but relations, grown relations, okay? And even had hybrids of half human, half spiritual beings, okay? So it was all of that going on. And the creator was not pleased with that. That's not how man was supposed to be, okay? Yeah, that's just, it was not how it was supposed to be. So he had to correct that, right? And in correcting that, he was gonna kill them off. Like he was gonna kill those hybrids off. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna start over. And so he chose Noah because Noah was founded to be perfect in all his ways. Noah loved them fully through and through. You know what I mean? Noah was a good person. Noah's DNA wasn't tainted, any of that. So he chose Noah to start over with, essentially, right? Okay, so Noah was warning the people about the flood that was coming because Yahuwah, that's just showing how merciful he is. It got it, right? Because he was warning the people the flood was coming, and everything like that. For 120 years. And of course, they did not listen. Now, right quick before that happened, this is the thought that it came to me, because that story tells a story that there was some other good people too, not just Noah. Now, it says Noah was perfected, in his DNA and everything like that. But interestingly enough, there were some other good people, some other believers of Yahuwah. So some other people that love Yahuwah, that believed Yahuwah, that was living righteous by Yahuwah, right? By the Creator. And the Creator loved them also because the word called them, they were good people, people of Yah. And it said that before the flood came, Yahuwah killed them. Now, when I was reading it with my child, that's why I love reading things with kids sometimes, because kids just they have this innocent where even when you get afraid to think certain things, because I read it and I was like, man, if Yahuwah do it, that's what it is. But when my daughter read it, when my little girl read it, she happened to have been with me at the time, so I was reading it, me and her, or I think I was talking to her about it. Anyway, she was around me. And when I said that, she said, but mommy, why would Yah do that? Why would Yahuwah do that? Why would he kill them? And I said, man, I don't remember the exact answer I gave her, but it was pretty much along the line of, I'm sure he has his reason. And, we sometimes forgets that the flesh have to die anyways. And so death doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the flesh has to die. And I said, and I'm sure if he was the one killed them, that mean they make it in a heaven. They gonna live forevermore. Like the second death ain't even gonna partake. They ain't gonna partake of, right? Because that's essentially our whole test, and to see if we can be found to live forevermore for the second death that's coming. So she was like, yeah, but you shouldn't have. And I said, and then she said, but I trust, yeah, whatever he do, it's fine. So periodically I always find myself like going back to her and always trying to give her an answer, like, you cool with it now? You cool? You not mad at y'all? Like, you understand what it, and then she, yeah, I understand. If y'all do it, then it's fine. You know what I mean? Okay, so today, like I said, again, watching this video for like the third time, because I'm really taking notes from it this time. I don't always take notes from them, but I'm really taking notes from it this time because it was just so interesting and just really answered, like I said, that question that I always had, like, where are the remnants? You know what I mean? Like, where are, because now we're seeing, at first I thought it was a church, but now again, we're at a time period. We're in 2022 and something is happening, guys, where time is not the same anymore. Like, we're at a point right now where something is happening. Okay, like something is happening. And so it just made me remember that. So he's breaking down something, and he's talking about how like after Messiah was crucified, and the believers, and it was basically split, because it was the children of Yasharel basically that offered him up, you know what I'm saying, to the Romans at the time. And so when, especially that word, they was like, oh, let his blood be on us and our children, putting a curse on some children. Like, who do you think those children are? But anyways, putting some curse on their children, you know what I'm saying? Like, on us and our children. However, through Yahusha Ha'Mashiach, that curse can and is lifted. So much more to be said with that. It's just not about believing in him. But anyways, but yeah, so that curse can be lifted. But as he's saying, he was like, you know what? It wasn't that time yet, because again, you had some people that were that was rebelling. You know what I mean? You had some believers that was trying to stick with it, that was rebelling and stuff like that. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna make sense, but again, it's like a light just go on, like, something was happening, because as something is always happening. And it's like we were in a time period where it's like we had to be taken. I like to use that movie as reference, because when, if you watch the movie, whatever, when she was under her bed, and you first watching the movie, you think the father is telling her like to go to safety, and you think she's gonna be all right, and then he just boom, and he comes and he was like, all right, maybe now you're gonna be taken. She's like, what? I thought I was gonna be safe. But so yeah, it's like you have to be, it's like, oh, it's like Job, like the testing. It's like there's a period, because it's like we're always just being tested, right? And so I'm thinking that from after Yahusha, because that was like the full completion, Yahusha Hamashiach, that was Yahuwah himself in flesh. Because see, from the Garden of Eden, something happened when Hasatan ever did went and mess with Adam and our foremother Chua, formerly called Eve, but I don't call her by Eve, I call her by the Hebrew name Chua. My pronunciation, go look it up, as Chuah. Yeah, something happened when Hasatan, first of all, when Hasatan rebelled against Yahuwah himself, something happened even then. And Hasatan, not only did he rebel against Yahuwah, he went and messed with the rest of Yahuwah's creation. And when he came and messed with us, it was not to be. So something happened even then. But there's times when it seemed like a chilling period happened, when it seemed like, when these words will come in like, again, I love everybody for real, all respect to everybody. But when it will come in where people would like be atheists because they don't believe in that there's a creator that can let certain evil happen. When I read a comment the other day from this person, I don't know them, but it was a sad story. Somebody killed somebody. Anyways, in the comment, they're like, man, what? See, that's why I don't understand why God would do something like this. Those things, when heartache comes in, that's all Hasatan. That's not Yahuah. But there's sometimes when Yahuah have to let us be taken for something else greater to happen. Like I said, he himself came in flesh and walked amongst us. Flesh name, I formerly call it Jesus the Christ in English, but I'm using the Hebraic name now, Yahusha. When Yahusha Ha'Mashiach, who was Yahuah himself, came in flesh, he came in flesh and he became the taken one. Oh my Yah. Oh my Yah. He became the taken one. He had to let himself be taken. He had to let himself be taken in the form of crucifixion, in the form of the most cruelest death, in the form of that he could have participated in anything he wanted to. He did all of this. And we know like how pleasurable sin feels. You understand what I'm saying? There's wicked sins, you get what I'm saying? And there's like, okay, I don't want to say not so wicked sin, but I'm talking about, all right, for instance, I'm talking about like, say you watching a movie that you're not supposed to be watching, or something that's not really edifying you. It's not teaching you nothing. It's not nothing. Okay. It might even got some blasphemous thing in it. Don't gotta be nothing big or nothing bad, but nothing to teach you. And you gotta even pray up before even watching it, because something might come through them screens and come on you. That's what I'm talking about. Those would seem like not as much as like murdering somebody. You get what I'm saying? So that's the level where I'm talking about with that. He didn't partake of any of it. Again, all right, perfect. The wine. He changed water into wine. Wine tastes good. It could make anything a little bit more pleasurable, just to feel that senses. He didn't even drink any of the wine. And he could have. There's no what, so he could have. So that's what I mean when I said like partial sin or not too hard of a sin. The point is, he came and he walked a very bland and boring existence, only to be accused of all the wrongs that could ever be accused of, and took the punishment just because, to show us that he wouldn't test us without being the ultimate test. So again, I don't know if this all makes sense, but hopefully, I don't know. I just had to do it. Thank you, Yahuwah. Because it's like what happened after that time period, it's like we had to go through a testing period. Because after him, as you see, my skin tone, right? I'm very melanated, and I have been tested. I was born, I'm an 80s baby, you know what I mean? 90s kids, whatever, growing up in the early 2000s, you get it. I have been in situation where I just was born into something that I didn't necessarily do. You know what I mean? Post traumatic slave disorder. I suffer from that. I am a person of that. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, yeah. So being in, if you like look like me or whatever, you get what I'm saying? It's a high possibility that you suffer from those too. You get what I'm saying? So what is my point again? There was a time when we had to be tested. We had to be tested. It's like a period of testing had to happen. And yes, a lot of our foremothers were persecuted, our forefathers were persecuted, death and all of that, because we had to be tested. It was all for a reason. But we are in a time right now, a wake up time right now, that it's like like I said, something is happening right now. And it's like we're in a time right now where the true church, the true remnants is coming back. It's like the true protection is coming back. So it's like, all right, so we had to, like I said, be tested. And when we're tested, he had to take his protection away from us right quick. He had to take it away from us right quick because when we're protected, no evil can harm us. You get what I'm saying? Nothing can bother us. It feels good. But he had to take it away right quick just to prove a point, to prove how wicked Satan is. You understand? Because never forget Satan. Never forget. I call him the darkest one. Because in the book of Yashar, or like Shinnah, it says the Prince Mastima. There's other names. So I call him the darkest one and all his fallen ones. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay, so like I said, I know that was just a lot. I don't know if it makes sense to somebody, but I literally couldn't even like hold it. I had to stop, pause what I'm doing because I'm like, yeah, like I said, something about in this video. I'm like, bro, that's what happened. It's like we had to go through a testing period. It's that period of where Yahuah even, like the word says, killed all of his good ones, and he spared Noah because he know Noah could handle what was coming. That's when I told my little girl that was the answer. She said, "You know what, mommy? For some reason, that was the one that makes sense to me. That was what quenched her." It's like I could see, like, okay, yeah, you get what I'm saying. And it was just really like, not because I fear you, but okay, yeah, no, I get it. Because, not everybody can handle everything. Certain people can't handle certain stress. It's all a part of where you hear that saying, he'll never give you more than you can bear. You know what I mean? And somebody might think they're going through that. And then you're like, what, man? I've been through this. I've been through, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, as Noah could have handled it. Those ones couldn't have. Noah was the only one found at that time that could have handled it. So because those ones couldn't, he just killed them. He took them away. You get what I'm saying? And literally say he killed them. So that, and I could just imagine, like, it probably wasn't even a sickness or nothing. They probably just all went to sleep and never woke up. You know what I mean? It was such a smooth transition. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So anybody ever wondered that, like, well, what happened between that time to this time? Maybe that will make sense to you, that he had to, it was like a testing period that happened. And so he had to do what he had to do so we all could be tested. And all our forefathers, like I said, that got caught up in, the taking away of the killing or the whatever, you know what I'm saying? He had to allow that to allow this right now. And everybody, and we couldn't have been around then because we probably couldn't have made it back then. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, and again, never forget, he allowed it to allow evil to show itself because it's Satan who was also, never forget, he's the enemy. Okay? He's the enemy. Yah ain't out here, the creator and out here. He didn't meant for us to be going through any of this. But Satan, in essence, used to be his right hand. Let's don't ever forget him. He used to be his right hand. He had power too. Okay? The only thing he can't do is survive what Yahuah is going to do to him. All right. All right. See y'all next time. Peace.